Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with your general reading for the week of March 27th through April 2nd. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so we have two new decks again this week. We have this deck. You can see that there's kind of stars and yeah, kind of cool. This is one that does have some of the information on it. All right. I like getting these ones because these ones are by independent kind of tarot makers. And so they're not perfect, but I like to support people that are doing kind of the independent things as well. And then these ones also, and these have the stars and the moon as well. And these are also independent. So yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and let's start out here first. I hope that you guys all had the most wonderful and amazing weekend. We had such a good time. We started spring break, so we're on spring break this week, and we did some traveling. We went and did a lot of fun stuff. I got a new deck. Let me see if I can get it out here. This one I'm actually just beginning to work with. It's a little bit different, so I need to kind of work with it a little bit or play with it a little bit, but these are what the cards look like. They're so fun. I'm just really loving it. But some of the meanings, of course, as you probably know, are not generally or all the same. It's like you have like the general tarot meanings and then you have the different ones. So I'm super excited to kind of play with these ones a little bit different. Yeah, so super fun. Yeah, so we actually found these in a gift shop. We did some fun stuff, went through some museums and went through some old prisons and stuff like that. So I had a really good time. Did some, one of them had like paranormal investigations and stuff like that. So super fun weekend. I hope that you all had an amazing weekend as well. Let's get into this though. Enough jibber jabber. Let's get into this. Let's see. The first cards that we're going to get out here for you, Aquarius, is our number card. So we're going to see if there's any numbers that might be coming through for you this week as far as general energy and the potential meanings behind them. So the first card you got was number 2. Seems very fitting. And it says, you have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuition and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. So you may have, it has, I am diplomatic here at the bottom. So the number 2 might be showing up quite a bit. There may be 2 of something coming through. There may be, 2 offers, 2 potentials, 2 opportunities, 2 people, right, coming through that you may be noticing. But you are also, with that, there are always, at least 2 sides to a story. So seeing the situations for what they fully are instead of just one side or the other, and not jumping to conclusions is coming through for you this week within this Aquarius. Okay, and now the next card that you have and or number you have is the number 7, and this one says, you possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Yes, that's how we felt all weekend. So much fun. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both the informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. And it says, I am brilliant. Now look at this. These 2 are kind of 2 parts of a whole, if you will, in one way or another, right? You have a great talent for finding solutions, for kind of seeing, leaning towards all sides of the situation, kind of 2, so more than 2 sides, generally that kind of thing. And then this is also talking about, you have looking, like if we're thinking about the 2 sides or kind of more than one side, all sides of any situation to advise others, fair and beneficial. But then you come over here and you have the informational and the spiritual planes giving you a greater awareness. So that for some of you, you may be really during this week, Aquarius, you may be really tuning into both spiritual and finding out more information on the physical kind of plane, right? So there may be kind of a combination or combining of the two that you are coming into during this time. For some of you, right, this all sides with the two, and you have the great talent for finding solutions. It may be that some of you have been really kind of in a very logical or analytical kind of mindset, and things have been happening or coming through kind of almost miraculously, but because there's not almost a scientific background or explanation for it, you're kind of discounting it. And so what's coming through for you this week, Aquarius, is to allow everything to flow and come together as it is, whether that's on spiritual or on kind of the more physical or informational, right? Reality based, if you will, kind of plane. Let everything come through so that, we don't see how electricity works, yet it works. And unless something's going on, we have a burned out light bulb or the power's out or something, we don't, or we haven't paid our bill even maybe, we don't generally question the electricity. We flip that switch and we tend to believe that that's going to turn on, right? But we don't know how it works. We know there's wires, we know, that, but we don't all know all of it. Maybe some of you do, right? But for those of us that don't, we don't always know gravity. We don't always know how that actually works, how sometimes it seems like things work one way and then in outer space, or right, that's getting a little bit deeper, a little bit esoteric kind of even, but we don't always understand. We don't understand all the time how our heart pumps without us having to think about it. That's kind of the energy, is to allow for it all to be right, that it doesn't always have to be super logical, that sometimes things just fall into place. Sometimes things can just happen without a lot of effort from us. Sometimes things can fall apart and we don't see it happening. We feel like everything is perfect, we're on point, right? And then it's like everything falls apart so that better things can come into place. But this week in this general reading, Aquarius, you're really being kind of called to pay attention to both sides or all sides, or right. And so the number 2 and that number 7 may be coming up, but also you may be having 27 show up, or even 72. For some of you, this actually may be your age as well. But something to think about is that energy of I am diplomatic, tuning into kind of being a bit diplomatic, looking for solutions, almost kind of a stoic energy, not getting too attached or too emotional about things this week as well. And also I am brilliant, because no matter what, Aquarius, you are brilliant. You have that brilliant energy within you to really be able to uncover kind of mysteries within your own life. Because also within that, what is coming through, Aquarius, is that you do have all the keys, you have all the resources within you. Sometimes maybe a little bit more information may need to be kind of, the word seek is coming through. Like sometimes maybe you need to seek a little bit more information to make an informed decision. But sometimes mysteries come through, or things happen that we can't explain. And so you have, right, the energy coming through, which is just gorgeous for you. Again, maybe the 27th is something, because that is, oh, isn't that interesting? Wow. Today is the 27th. Isn't that interesting that is how that came out? Today is March 27th as of recording this. So today could be a very big day for you, Aquarius. For others of you, today could be a day of rest, a day of taking a step back and really kind of putting the focus back on you, on your body, on yourself, on what you need, on what's important for you, on what, kind of information or mysteries you may be, right, looking to either solve diplomatically with your brilliant mind, or let go of even. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else. So also, I used to do, this is very much sidebar, but we don't need, at least I don't have that idea or that belief that we need a whole ton of cards to give us the information that we need, because the messages that are channeled, that are meant to come through, they can come through with just the one card. The information that is meant to come through can come through. So I really just have this thing that, for readers that need a lot of cards, that's beautiful for them. And then I just see a lot of times where there's an idea that, oh, you only got a few cards, so we don't have the whole story. But that really isn't true. At least that's not my belief. I could do probably a 30-40 minute class or reading with just one card, because the messages come through as they're meant to, okay? Whether that means that a reader needs just one or two or a few cards or a whole bunch of cards, it really depends on how they receive the information. So for each reader that does it their own way, that receives the messages, or the messages come through, you know, in the way that it does, even if it's not using cards, but it's information, however that comes through for them is the perfect way, okay? I just, sometimes I see, and it's not on my channel, you know, but I just see that there's kind of this, sometimes on TikTok and sometimes here on YouTube, on other social media apps, where readers maybe don't use the whole kind of deck of cards, which is okay if they do, but where they don't feel that need to, where the messages come through with just a few cards or shorter readings, that, right, the message comes through as it needs to. So I don't know, for some reason that really needed to come out in today's reading here, Aquarius. So that may be something that some of you may be noticing or feeling, that maybe, you know, kind of, again, it doesn't happen on this channel, right? I don't notice that, or any of my social media things it doesn't come through with, but I just see it happening on other ones. Let people do their own thing, okay? What works for them, how things work for them, because whatever information that you are seeking, if it is true information or information that is meant to come through, it will align with you and it will come through as it is meant to, okay? If it's stuff that doesn't work for you or doesn't align with you, it won't, and you will, you know, kind of leave it where it is. You don't have to take everything on, and you obviously don't have to watch readers that don't sit with you, okay? Again, this has nothing to do with the specific channel or the Lucky Stars community. Love you all, so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. It's just kind of a message, like a blanket message, general message for this general reading, just for some reason, because Spirit wanted it to come through within this, but also because I noticed that happen quite often on other people's channels, or in comment sections on even different socials. So all right, so today is the 27th. Big things coming through for you here today, Aquarius. Now you also have, this is so interesting, because when I was doing the pre-shuffle with this deck, this one is the one that kept coming out, and it is the Six of Pentacles. Right here on the side it says, sharing your success builds more success. So right, so some of you are going to be coming into this energy with kind of this generosity, but it's also this cheerleader energy, which is super interesting. It's almost as if either you are going to be somebody's cheerleader, or somebody is going to be your cheerleader during this time, Aquarius. Now, also, you can be your own cheerleader, okay? You can be your own best friend. You can be that person. That Miley Cyrus flower song is coming. You can buy your own flowers. You can really do things, right? You can step into your own mysteries and use that deep urge that you have. Use your mind to really take you into beautiful places. But you have that greater awareness within you at any and all time, Aquarius. You can use that for your benefit, okay? Now, the next card that you have here is the Ace of Wands, and this one says, take action on your ideas. Yes, so some of you, Ace of Wands energy, so this is Sagittarius energy, this is Taurus energy. I like these little cards because they remind, for sometimes also, this is coming through for you as well, Aquarius, but sometimes we can get so set in our ways, or we can get so used to doing something that we go really fast through things on almost autopilot, right? And don't always pay attention. So with these ones, not only does it give you guys some information, and that's why I really like these, aside from assisting or supporting independent kind of deck creators, tarot deck creators, instead of mass ones all the time, but it also reminds us, right, you get to see kind of some of the information on the cards and stuff, but it also reminds those of us that have maybe been doing this for a while, that kind of get a little fast in our pace, to kind of really give some more information to you. So for some of you, you may have Sagittarius. Well, this is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius pops out or stuck out to me. Placements. And so you may really be feeling that passion during this week. You may be really feeling into that kind of stoic, passionate energy for some of you, and for others, detached energy, right? It just really is, however the energy comes through for you. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling called to do I have these sitting here, just a tea leaf card to kind of close off this reading. Oh, a fair man. So some of you may be dealing or in a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. And so that may be where this kind of mystery, you guys may be delving into mysteries, which is so interesting that I talked about kind of what we did over the weekend. Harp, great happiness. So that you guys may be kind of delving into mysteries with somebody else. This may be a mystery within your own life. It doesn't have to be relationship-wise. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, right? But there may be somebody, but also this this two energy have great talent for finding solutions. Your intuition and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of a situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. So it may be that you may be advising a fair man, right? Or that you may be asked to advise, or it may, is that what I just said? Sometimes things go a little fast. Or that you may be, you know, in kind of a situation that a solution may need to come up, and that there may need to be all sides of the story being seen. However this resonates for you, Aquarius, there is this energy of really moving into this beautiful space of generosity, of cheering for yourself and others. For a lot of you, Aquarius, this is really coming through with this energy of you needing to cheer yourself on during this week, because you are moving into kind of this new energy. And again, it's beginning today on the 27th, March 27th, which is the day of this reading. Those are the cards coming through, 2 and 7. Actually, maybe something, also you may be 27. Maybe you know somebody that's turning 27 on the 27th today, or has a birthday on the 27th, that resonates for you here, Aquarius. But there is some gorgeous energy coming through for you this week. You have that energy with that 6 of Pentacles, that generosity. Also, some of you may be receiving some generosity. Some of you may be receiving this generosity in the form of that information, and or for some of you it's really coming through that there's a potential that you may actually be kind of on an adventure or a mystery of sorts during this week. And it could be with a fair man, or somebody that really brings about kind of a spark, or a almost illogical energy, because that's kind of the energy that's meant to come through with this. Now, you may notice that things were a little different. My phone did shut off, or my recorder did shut off. So the battery was low. Actually, it wasn't low, but it still shut off. So I had to put it in. So you'll see that power director there. But there is some new beginnings coming in, some new passion coming in this week. And it may just be coming through this energy, that reminder that you're brilliant, being your own cheerleader, that reminder that you're diplomatic, but you do have the harp coming in here. So there's great happiness coming through for you this week, a realizations, big energy coming through, just really interesting. And it's super, super poignant. I love that this 27, this 2 and the 7 came out for today's reading. It just, you couldn't even expect that to happen, but here we are, Aquarius. All right, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. This reading kind of, the messages came through. It also kind of felt like a rant, like WTF cat, what are you talking about in certain instances? So I do hope that you stayed through to the end and that you've got the insight, the messages that needed to come through for you this week, Aquarius. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.